Now similarly, I have used a print command. Without the print command, then also you can print it. A2, print the A2, the same output you will get. Next we will move to, we'll create a two array, and now one 1D array, one 2D array, and then we'll use type function to find its type and the shape. Last class we have learned about the type function also and shape, so today we will use the both. So I'm creating a two array. P1 is equals to np dot array array in a bracket, given values 7, 8, 9, and similarly create a new array P2 with a two dimensional equals to np dot array. In this I will give the two dimension, that is first outer bracket, first C outer bracket, and this is a parenthesis for array function. Now inside this, one for row comma, second for column. Go to the first one, give the value. For example, I am giving 2 comma 5 comma 8 with the three dimensions, and I am giving the three rows and three columns, three columns and two rows, so I'm giving 4 comma 6 comma 7. Now I have to check the type of these two array. What will the output? So simply write type bracket a1. You can see it is type dot a1. It is showing error. Okay, so I am writing type in a bracket not a1 p1 comma p2. So what is the correct type in a bracket p1 comma type bracket में p2 और press enter. You can see the first one, आपके पास numpy nd array. This is also a numpy nd array. So nd array means numpy array is also called nd array. Okay, so let's see the shape of these two. To use the shape is not a function, that is a one. So what we can use, p1 dot shape. So what should be the output? Let's 3, because only 3 you can see in the p1. So in a p1 you can see the three columns are there, only one row, so it is coming like this. If I root p2 comma p2 dot shape, so it is coming 2 comma 3, that is 2 rows and 3 columns. Clear? Now we'll move further. Now in a as in a list, we can access through the index. That is there is a two indexings are there, forward indexing and backward indexing. Similarly in an array also we can do. For example, here is the p1. So if you see, this is 0, 1 and 2, and from here -1, -2 and -3. Now if I access p1 in a square bracket, I am writing -2. What will be the output? That is 8 in a in a backward indexing. Clear? Similarly we can do the forward reversing as well as the backward reversing. Now थोड़ा सा आगे बढ़ते हैं, और आगे बढ़ के अब थोड़ा देखते हैं कि numpy arrays support the vectorize operations. So today we have discussed about the vectorize operations. What is vectorize operation? It is if you apply a function performs on every element, or we can say the every item in the list or in the array. So but it is not possible in the list. Let's see, I'm creating a list L1 is equals to, I'm creating a list L1 is equals to, I'm writing 12 comma 23 comma 24 comma 20. Like this I am creating a list. Now I am writing L1 plus 5. I am getting an error. Now same list I will convert into the array. So I am creating an array A1 is equals to np dot array on in this I will put a list, that is the L1, and press enter. Now the array has been created. Now A1 dot A1 plus 5, you can see the value has been updated. So this is one difference, that is numpy array performs vectorize operation. Vectorize operation means a value can be added to each element automatically, but that is not possible in the list. Clear? This is called vectorize operation. So if somebody asks what are the advantages of numpy array and why we are using the numpy array in Python, so you can answer in we'll close this. You can answer by giving the three important points. What are the advantages of numpy? There are three important advantages. The first is we can say is the less memory. Second we can say faster, and third is convenient. 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 Now, what is less memory? A numpy array consumes the less memory as compared to the list, and faster, a numpy array the faster as compared to the list. And what is convenient? Why it is convenient? Numpy arrays are very convenient as compared to list while performing the element wise operation. That is, now you can see the vectorize operation. That is a convenient way, otherwise we have to use the loop. Now the next is, as the data type we have discussed, so we'll do some practical based on the data type also. So for example, let's see, I will create a two whether we can say one thing, I will create two things, one list and one is tuple, as we have learned in class 11th. So I am creating list1, list1, or short name I am giving L2, I am giving because L1 is already there. So I am creating a list2 L2 is equals to 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 comma 5, and similarly I am creating a tuple T1 is equals to, I am giving some float value, I am giving 2.5 comma 2.4 comma 3.4 comma 6.5 comma 6.8. I am writing like this. So the both list and tuples are created. Now I will convert both list into array, tuple into array. How? Let's see. So I am creating AR1 is equals to, what should I write? np dot array array, and in this what I should give? I should give list name, that is L2. L2 I am giving, enter. The array has been created, and similarly I am creating the second array from the tuple is equals to np dot array array, and put the tuple inside the array, that is T1. Okay, you can see here. Now let's see the print the type, and data type can be expressed with a D type, and we can see let's see the type and the data type and the size. Okay, how we can print off? First we will see the array and we will move to the tuple, both the array, one with the tuple, one with the list. So for this, what should I write? We write print type, and in bracket I am writing AR1. So you can see here. Now similarly I am writing print AR1 dot D type, that is data type. So this is integer 32. Now similarly I will write print AR1 dot item size. So item size is coming error. Let me see. Oh, okay, spelling is wrong. Print AR1 dot item size, item size. You can select from here also item size. So that is item size is 4. Clear? Now similarly, if we see for the tuple, it is AR2. Let's see. If I am writing the same thing, print type AR2, I am writing print type AR2. So let's see. Similarly, I am taking the D type of the same. You can see the D type of AR2. So you can see float 64. Similarly, you see the size. See the size of AR2, item size of AR2. So you can see here. Oh, sorry. This should be. I have made a mistake. The same mistake I have done here also. So this should be print print. Okay. So you can see 8. So you can see here is int32 whose size is 4. Similarly, it is float 64 whose size is 8. Clear? Okay. Now move to the next. As we have seen how to print the elements, so you can print the elements by like this also, A1 like this also, or you can or it may be print print A1 like this also. Okay, so what is the difference between both? If you are writing print A1, it will not write array. If you are writing A1, it will write array, then it will give the array list. So this is the main difference. Clear? Now we will move to the next. Now if I have to specify now what is the data type of A1, you can see here data type of data type of A1 is int32. Now I have to change it to int64. Is it possible? It can be done. Now how? So I'm creating another array AR3. AR3 is equals to np dot array, np dot array. In a array I can write the list one, that is I'm writing L2 comma d type, and in d type I can do one thing, d type, and we can have one thing, d type is equals to np dot d type bracket close. So sorry d type is equals to np dot 64 bracket close, np dot int64. Now print a3 ar3 dot d type bracket close. You can see now it is int64. This way we can similarly we can change for second array also.